Oh.
Hey, if you can see me, if you can hear me, that can only mean one thing. It's another week of Our Opinion podcast. You know the one podcast to talk about everything you talk about without your opinion? Ooh. Yeah, that's us. I'm voice 1.
Hey, you're on voice 2.
And I'm voice 3.
What up, though? Hey, listen, as
what
you
up,
can see, we got a couple special guests. I'm going to get into all of that. I got a couple important things to do. One, here it is. First of all, I want to thank you to our sponsors. Shout out to I Believe. I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone that believes in something greater than themselves. If you're going to believe in something, it might well be greater than yourself, man. You got to think big. You think it's small?
You got to think big.
I need you to think big. You know what I'm saying? Shout out and thank you to Autumn Fresh Cleaning Services, LLC, where cleaning has a feel to it for all your residential and your commercial.
Take your time. Run it back.
Your commercial needs and your residential needs. Holler at them. Holler at us. Holler at me. Hey, listen. I gotta say it. What's a gotta say it? If something needs to be said, nobody gonna say it, so I just gotta say it. Here it is. My name tag at work is for you to know my name, not say my name. It's nothing I hate more when a nigga walk to me and be like, "Hey, so Brandon, I was wondering, is there a restroom here?"
Then you looking at him like,
"Oh,
who
me?
sent you?"
Sir? Yeah, your name. My name tag is for when you're upset and you want to go tell. You can see. Nigga, don't call my name like you been here before.
What is that on the what? Nigga, don't say my name.
Somebody say, thank you, Brandon.
Right. Don't say my name.
I got a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah, at this point we gay. I'm in a whole relationship with this nigga now. I don't even. You're welcome, Mike. Have a great day, man. Love you too, bro. Oh, it drives me insane, man. So I just gotta say that. I want y'all to know, cause. Yeah, stop saying my name, man. Pause. Neighbors know my name now.
Destiny Child. Yeah, you get it.
Know my name.
Boy, wow.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so this week, not only do we have one, we have two.
Yes.
And a half.
Welcome.
Special guests.
Hey, special appearance.
What? Because they all sit on the couch. All our guests sit on the couch.
Oh, really?
Boom.
Surprise. Okay. All right.
So we got-
Walnuts.
I'm just playing for the overplay.
Now we got two
That's 2
super
weeks in a row.
dope
Okay.
guests for this week. One is a close friend of my wife.
Close friend.
Yeah. That baby said you better put some
respect on her name.
This is my old lady best friend. my headache. A thorn. No, honestly,
Not my
though,
thorn.
it is. Honestly though, honestly, fellas, this is the friend you want your old lady to have.
Yeah.
Honestly. She always hold my wife accountable, which is really dope. There's been times where we've had conversations and I'm like, call it quitter. See what she said.
I was about to say she picked that nigga side.
Yeah.
That's what friends are
Credit
for.
usually agree with my. She usually agree.
You gotta go in there and get him right, best friend.
Yeah, she usually
And you know what I mean.
in trouble.
100%.
Okay.
But this week we have Dr. Barden.
Yes.
Heavy on the
Doctor.
doctor.
Doctor
Yeah,
first.
heavy
Okay.
on the doctor.
Doctor.
Who is she? Not only is she my wife's best friend, she has a nonprofit organization called Girl Power. That's an acronym, GIRL, Girl Power. It's a mentoring program. Oh my God, you don't have to put this. She a Delta. She don't play about that. She don't play about that. Nah, she's a Delta. Personal business is the Vegan Society.
Yes.
A AAA Creative Designs. Oh, this is your other business.
Yes.
Dope. Okay. And then our second guest this week.
Hey.
We're gonna have to blurt out her name.
Okay.
Right. So everybody can see.
It's gonna sound like this. When I was saying.
I'm gonna bring out the Tyler Perry voice when he's still in the Medea character.
She gonna move it. She gotta stay still so it'll work.
Oh, it don't move with.
It don't move. My bad.
Cats out the bag.
Right.
Exactly. But hey, we actually have our producer as our
Yes.
guest this week.
Hey.
Yeah. Nice
It's a
Media
pleasure.
Owner.
It's a pleasure.
Exactly. Owner of Nice Media.
I'm gonna lose a lot of money, but it's a pleasure.
No, y'all better book.
Y'all special. Y'all really are special.
I definitely
I gotta be
appreciate
careful what I
that.
say on camera.
I mean,
Nah, hey, make sure y'all support, man.
Yeah,
Nice Media. If you
absolutely.
got a podcast, you want to record something.
He gonna
She
say
has
just don't book
different-
studio.
Just
seats.
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Studio C is off limits.
Yeah, you see this setup. We bring this with us. Yeah.
Can't get it. Sorry, can't get it.
Yeah. But
It's not
anything
available.
else,
It's
I'm
BOS. Bring on setup.
She got it for y'all. It's just not this.
Not as advertised.
Yeah.
Advertising purposes
As
only.
seen on TV. You can't get this at the store.
Yeah.
Say furniture sold separate.
Exactly. But
hilarious.
we got Nice Media owner, First Lady.
Oh, no, he did not. No, he did not. Oh, we fight after.
I'm telling you, boy, these bullet holes in these
Ooh,
walls
I'm
and
telling
stuff.
you, I was not expecting that
Flying.
one.
Also,
Now I really gotta be careful what I say.
I know, right? No, she good. But Girl, I Dare You, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
The Girl I
Yeah,
Dare You
exactly.
podcast.
It's her
Girl, I Dare You
podcast.
podcast.
I'm saying that so she can start back getting.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah.
You know,
All pressure,
Coulda
no
hit with a double whammy.
So be looking out for Girl, I Dare You episodes.
Okay,
Coming soon.
coming soon,
Yeah.
2025.
But that's
Ooh.
our guest. The topic for today is kind of heavy, but you know how we do it. We're able to navigate through anything in life.
And take
Yeah.
nothing serious at all.
Exactly. And
Absolutely.
find ways to making the best of it. However, this is a heavy topic. And the topic today, we're talking about postpartum.
Hey.
Okay. Was thinking about this episode, and my wife's best friend was kind of going through this, and it's like I know she'll be the perfect person.
Yeah.
It was just timing, right? And I end up calling her, texting her.
You ain't
Like,
going through it
hey.
today, is you?
Yeah.
So about
Are
next
we in the
Tuesday,
clear?
How long is it? Is it an hour
Whatever
thing?
Tuesday works.
What
Yeah.
yeah.
Just let us know. You
Oh,
know?
is it cycle based?
It's like going in and start next Tuesday. Just let me know. How frequent do they come?
How frequent do they go?
2025 sound.
Yeah.
How about
How far are
next
they
year?
apart?
What triggers you?
Hilarious.
Can we stay away from that Tuesday? But I definitely thought about her, reached out, and she was definitely she was solid. She said she's up to it. I end up pulling. It was actually not as hard as I thought. Having a conversation with P and trying to get her on, even though she has told us before, hey,
Okay, I'm not doing
I
this.
don't mingle.
I don't go.
Okay,
Okay, I don't
mingle.
fraternize.
I don't mingle with the commoners. Yeah. I'm sorry. Ew.
Hey man, so one, I think it's dope, right? And two, on a serious note, man, thank y'all for trusting us with this is kind of personal. And I know it's
It
tough.
is. Yeah.
It's definitely tough. I don't know what you guys will open up about, right? But I think it's dope. I think it's needed. I wish that more women, and I don't know that they do or they don't, because I'm not a woman, so I don't. But I think it should be like a blog thing, like breastfeeding, the journey of that, because that can be a dude.
It's getting more.
Like-
You will want to watch somebody breastfeed.
No, blogging about just the story of it's hard, bro. That stuff is like I've seen women quit. Like, nigga, this nipple just ain't nippling. I don't know. This baby.
The nipple ain't nippling.
This baby.
You said the milk just will
Yeah.
not flow.
Yeah. Your daddy got one. I'm just, but I don't know if they do, but I think that like blogging about stuff like this is a necessity.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
And I actually commend you two fellas for opening up to such a segment. You know.
Yeah.
So I'll say this, and then I'll let you guys kind of walk in where you want to walk in. All right. My middle son, his mom, I completely dropped the ball with postpartum. Completely. Like, I was still trying to have sex all the time. I'm wondering why. Like, it's just like, she just literally just like, come on, nigga. And the attitude, the laziness, the kind of just like not there. I'm thinking it's all of those things when in reality it's like, nigga, I was going through postpartum, bro.
Suffer.
So when I'm divorced now, but when I got married, I had made it a priority. Hey, listen, this is her first kid. You're going to go through this thing called postpartum. If and when you do, I need you to talk to me. Yeah. And that kind of saved our relationship. She always said that. Like, she had pulled me to the side one day and was like, I want to harm this baby. Come get this baby. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, cool. I got you. How bad is it for real?
Everybody's situation is different. I can't compare my story to nobody's because my journey was my journey.
Got you.
Still my journey, right? How bad was it for me? Yeah. Well,
so let me bring context to it then. When I say how bad is, what I really mean is like, damn, is it that bad? Like,
yes.
what is it? What does it entail? Is it a feeling? Is it just like wake up? Cause this is I don't know. I'm totally ignorant to this, right? I'm thinking it's like waking up in the morning. It's just like, man, fuck all this. Screw everybody. It's like a feeling, or is it just like a sadness? Like what is it?
It's definitely all of everything you just said plus some.
It's all of that.
Literally, like you can literally wake up from not getting enough sleep the night before and literally feel numb to everything, but you still keep pushing. So it feels like a zombie in a sense. Because you know that this is something that you still have to do.
Got you.
And some people who can't do it. And so that's why your support is really important. But like you said, it's that lack of knowledge, of understanding. Yeah. I don't even understand this, so I can't even help you with something I don't understand. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't fault the support all the time either, but it really is important for your support system to have an understanding of what you're going through. But sometimes as mothers, we don't want to communicate that. We don't want to seem weak. We don't want to seem like we can't handle it. We don't want to seem like, we're not being that mother, what the society tells us that we have to be.
Strong black
right,
woman.
This strong black woman.
Right.
You can do this. Don't complain. Don't, you know what I'm saying? We try to take all that in, and we kind of hold a lot of stuff in, but it does feel like that. For me, it felt numb some days. I dealt with insomnia. It felt like all these different things. So it's like what you said, plus a whole bunch of other things depending on who you are as a person.
Okay. Yeah. I pride myself on that though. That second go around, and I commended her for letting me know. And I didn't ask her to elaborate. I didn't say, why you feel the way? What is this? I just took it like, I know I dropped the ball here the first time. I for sure know I did. So
make sure I'm here now.
I got you. Whatever it is. Does it vary per kid? Does it skip a kid?
100%. I think it varies per kid.
Does it skip a kid? Like, I ain't go through this with this kid. And
I think that, so just to be clear, we want to make it clear that postpartum and postpartum depression are two different things.
no,
Yes.
please tell me.
Yeah.
So start with postpartum.
Yeah. Postpartum is just simply the care after having a child. And that is every woman who has ever bore a child is subject to postpartum. And that is just simply the recovery of the woman's body. That is right now. I remember one time my husband, I think it was one of y'all that asked, like, how's postpartum? I think you asked. And my husband at first was like, oh yeah, we ain't gonna go through that. And so, because immediately the notion is that if I'm asking about postpartum, I'm asking about postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And those are not the same thing. Postpartum is the moment
It's inevitable.
Right, it's inevitable. It's literally the recovery process after having a baby. And how that looks is different for everybody. For myself,
You okay, baby? We potting so hard. This baby is struggling.
Like, go
You
get some water.
No, is she okay?
She's fine.
Okay. We up here potting so hard. You better not.
Hold it.
Her core is tight.
The whole time Dr. Barden is talking, I look over at baby D.
He was born.
Every time she coughed, he over here about to laugh. I have to look down at the floor because I'm about to bust out laughing.
The cough was getting closer. Like she wanted her mama.
I know you see me over here almost.
I am dying.
Go get something to drink. Thank you.
So the first time I was like,
Oh my God.
I did this. I said, okay.
I was trying not to.
Oh no, she was in her eyes.
You say,
It's
all the time. Now you want to call.
let me tell you, it's like wilding out of here. Any audience member is subject to get roasted, even the kids.
I'm sorry, bitch. That was my third time, and I lost
It's
it.
like being at a comedy club. It's like if you sit on the front row, just expect.
I'm like, let me stop looking at him because I'm about to bust out laughing. I'm over here trying to hold it in like.
So postpartum is, and I'm a guy, so you got to party me to make it.
The recovery.
It's just post game.
Yeah, literally.
We won the game. We go
The
to the locker
time
room, take a
after
shower.
having
Time to
Yeah.
get
Talk
your
about
body
just
and everybody's look
condition
different.
your body,
Yeah.
and all of that. Yeah.
Science says that it takes a woman 2 whole years body to actually recuperate after having a child.
So is that why they say you're not supposed to have sex after?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Is
6
because
weeks.
of-
We know you don't follow rules.
Oh, we don't follow the rules.
You're rebellious.
That's why they tell y'all not to have.
Okay, tell y'all, but hey,
This is
but that's-
actually something that needs to not happen.
Yeah,
Oh.
but that is
especially when a woman has
I didn't know.
a vaginal birth,
Yeah.
like a vaginal birth, you definitely.
Yeah, and what that is
Like,
is
sir,
the
her
body.
child just came out of
Yeah.
you. You think
But even with a
It feel
C-section, though.
you think I'm ready for but you think I'm ready for you to be
Bible says, behold, all things.
like, sir, I don't even want to put on underwear right now. You think I'm
You ain't gonna misread up in here.
It's like walking.
You ain't gonna misread up in here.
Open concept, okay.
just knock down all the walls, huh?
I like the open concept.
Wait
So-
the time.
Please.
So did
Yes.
so I understand that now, right?
Yeah. So
That-
postpartum is the physical,
Yes.
And the depression is succumbing to the
and not every woman
actual-
goes through it.
Not every woman goes.
Does it
through
skip a kid?
It's not even about the
But
kid.
I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is,
The
like,
postpartum depression can skip
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
not
Okay.
the postpartum.
Yeah, you
And
might not-
or you can not have it the first one.
It's
You-
just like having surgery.
Yeah.
You got to recover.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
but I guess I'm talking about the depression. Not
The
the
depression part. Now
The
we switch
depression
over to
part
that part.
is subject to
Yes.
the person. It's subject to the season. It's subject to a lot of different things. I know women who have had postpartum depression, not so much because of the child, but they're dealing with grief and postpartum at the same time. And simultaneously dealing with those two different emotions has caused postpartum depression. For myself, my children are all in very different age groups. I have 15, 6, and 1. I had a child at 8.
ask.
Yes, like so every 8 I had a child.
That's how the last baby got here.
Oh.
Anybody out here?
Ain't nobody out here.
Right.
I'll just make me a home here.
Literally. Literally. But at 18 is having a different having a baby at 18 is totally different than having a child at 33.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
At 18, I didn't know what to call what I was feeling. And that's a lot of women.
Got you.
Postpartum depression, it's not like you wake up and be like, yeah, I'm going through postpartum. I'm
today.
depressed.
Yeah.
Most people don't know what they're feeling. They don't know why they are looking at that child like, why are you here? Like,
So
you know,
at
you know?
18, you that hit you.
At 18, I don't think I dealt as much looking back at it. I don't think as much as I dealt with postpartum depression. I think my depression was more so because I had to make a choice between going to college and having a child.
I got you.
I graduated high school 6 months pregnant. So, and fun fact, me and Shaquetta graduated together. She was my class president, actually. And so, you know, I walked across the stage pregnant. And so 3 months later in September, while all of my friends were going to college, I was going to labor. And so that was a major sacrifice for me. So I grieved the possibilities of my future.
Wow.
You know, and so over the years, and even my husband has probably had to deal with the constant, you know, what would have happened if I had done things different? So that's different.
So before
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So you're saying that you kind of dealt with it. You didn't how I guess have the language for it
Correct.
for your first child.
Correct.
Was it all three, or was it how did it go for you?
For my second child, first daughter, I was 27 when I had her. I think I was 29, 28, 20. Don't ask. I was in my late.
I was 18.
It was a totally different experience because by this time, though she was a surprise, I'm married now to somebody totally different. I'm in a much healthier relationship. I'm a homeowner. We closed on our house last December 29th. I found out I was pregnant January 12th. So within 2 weeks, my life was...
Talk about celebration.
Okay.
Yeah, so like within 2 weeks of closing on our home, we find out we were pregnant. We literally had no clue that I was pregnant when we closed on the house.
Oh wow!
Whole time I was pregnant. You know, he just loves surprises.
Okay. Just willy-nilly. That explains a lot now. But no Diddy.
But that time, it was total bliss. Yeah. It's total bliss. I actually was saying, I think I want to have it. I wasn't expecting it to be that soon, but I knew that once we got pregnant, once we got married, got into a home and things, that we would start trying to work on a family because he had no children. I didn't know we was already pregnant.
Okay, family had already been started.
Right, when we closed on our home. But that was total bliss. Yeah. That was total bliss. But I was very sick that pregnancy. I had a blood clot on my lungs. I was bedridden most of the pregnancy. Which caused doctors to tell me, hey, if you have this baby, they sat us down. I went to the hospital for a headache. And when I went for a headache, I couldn't get rid of it for 3 days. I went to the hospital. Doctor came and sat on my bedside and said,
is it too hot or?
I don't know.
She do have asthma, so
yeah, that's why I want to make sure, baby. Okay.
But Shay, I'm looking at Dennis' face, and now I know why you wasn't looking up.
Okay, you gotta go. Go ahead though. If you need
I'm
to.
trying to, because B coughed too. I said.
No, if you need to, go ahead though. You need to check on. No, you good.
Listen, we've had people throw up on the show. It's
Wow.
okay. You walking out as the lead.
Pow, 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 pow.
Okay, wow.
I didn't say any names, but
Pow, pow.
Yes.
But when I probably was still in my first trimester. And so this is when I found out that all pregnancy-related depression is not post.
Okay.
Postpartum depression.
So that's what I was going to ask. I don't want to cut you off, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask too, though. Well, one, I want to ask you this, brother. And I'm not being sarcastic. I was like, how was your first rodeo with it? But I'm not being funny. but your
you
first.
You have more than one child?
I do. I have two.
Okay.
My daughter is 8 and my son is 3.
And I'm gonna ask this, but I want to know how your first time experiencing it. Were you able to identify, speak about it, or was it just like?
I was able
with your
to. I
first?
did. I experienced it with my first, but I was able to shake it sooner. Like I was able to shake it real quick.
You knew what it was though.
No, not right away.
Okay.
At least I was in denial about it because I'm like, oh, I ain't about to deal with no depression. I'm not a type to deal with depression. You know what I mean? Like that. Basically, very in denial.
I wasn't trying to be obvious.
Like all I'm saying was something.
You gotta chill over here.
Hey, bro,
What I was saying was,
Hey, not like she was Hey, but listen, you said I didn't want to be obvious.
I didn't want to be
At the end,
obvious.
you did this.
Good producer work, Dennis. Good producer work.
You're good.
anyways, I was saying into the mic. I was able to shake it with my daughter, but and I was in denial about what it was.
Okay.
But with her, I had experienced some traumas before her when I was a child. So I kind of buried those things, and they resurfaced after I gave birth to her.
Wow.
And so for me, it was like, oh no, people can't know this about me. Like I can't let people see this. So I was able to shake it. Even though I was able to shake it, I still basically had to open up because I was sexually abused as a child.
Okay.
And so with my daughter, of course, I still wanted to be a mother. I still wanted to just, you know what I mean? I wanted to have my own family with my husband, all the things. But in my mind, I'm like, I've already buried this. We good. Like, well, you know, we went ahead and swept that right under there. We good. I never had to tell nobody besides my husband, not even my parents, not nobody. Wow. But then I birthed my daughter, and I'm like, come on, shake it, come on.
Yeah.
Like, let it go. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And it took a little bit of time, but it was not as bad as it was with my son. Because I was able to, I buried it a little bit more. But I also opened up about it too. It was like a combination of both. Okay. So I had to open up and tell my parents. I had to open up to my siblings. I had, you know what I mean? There are things that I had to do because nobody was understanding why I was the way I was with my kid. Yeah. And I'm like, she can't leave my sight. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? She can't leave my sight. Yeah. And that was not healthy for me mentally. It wasn't healthy for me at all because we need a support system.
Did you become? I'm using defensive. I don't have any other word. But even to your husband, like, no, I got her.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I do. I see this through.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and he had to check me real quick, respectfully.
Yeah,
but I understand both. Like,
this is my
child. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't care.
I know that.
But that's that was a conversation I had to take. He knows my life. You know what I mean? But it just was like we never had to deal with it in that way. We have to deal with it in our marriage. Yeah. But that's different. That was different. Now we have a child, and it's like, who are you? This is my child. Yeah. I'm a man. This is my child. I'm gonna be a father to somebody. He's gonna be a father to a child. Like, and I want you to be that.
I literally put in just as much as you.
Like exactly. Right? It's not more. I did this, right? This is, you know, you push your baby out there. And I didn't even push your baby out. That's another thing. I didn't push my baby out. My daughter was born premature at 34 weeks. She came out 4 pounds. She spent almost two months in the hospital on oxygen, jaundice. I mean, the whole under the blue light. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Wasn't eating.
That was a whole nother situation.
Emergency C-section.
Added stress. Yeah,
added on, and then also like, wow, I really do have to deal with these traumas.
That's tough,
right?
And there's a thin line between when raising a child. There's a thin line between protecting them and projecting your traumas onto them, and then so you don't want to protect them to the place of like you are just completely, in a sense, pessimistic of like just even the innocent things, but because you're dealing with your own traumas and past, you can't really see the innocence in it sometimes if your innocence has been taken from you.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You know,
and so kind of like stunt their growth as well.
Yeah.
It's not on y'all level or whatever, but I dealt with that with my son, where he's in high school and he was playing football at the time, but not for real, but for real.
He was on the team, but he didn't play.
He sucked at that time.
No.
Not too much.
He wasn't that sweet at that time.
He was good. He just don't play football. I'm basketball. I'm basketball.
I think, is this the son that signed himself up and y'all just ended up at the game and didn't
Who game we at? Yeah. Your son.
How did we end up here? Why are we here again?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, really.
We asked me for $50. This is what it was for.
This is what it was for.
Oh, he didn't tell us he needed cleats.
Exactly. That nigga just signed himself up. But he had an opportunity to go do like this college tour with the team or whatever, and he's able to play on the field, and they was able to like stay on campus for the weekend, and I'm like,
nah,
bro.
Yeah, nah.
Nobody about to get my boy. That's how niggas get done. I literally had like a breakdown at work. Like I'm talking to one of my homeboys, whatever. Like, bro, like I'm really having like it's like a dilemma right now.
You're having an anxiety attack. It was an anxiety attack.
I don't want to stunt his growth.
Yeah, how I'm feeling.
I ain't trying to let nobody get him.
It was his growth.
Yeah, exactly. No. So it was like it was really, really tough. Good thing is they canceled it all.
The Lord is
But my question, what I wanted to ask you was, that's
hilarious.
And we changing our podcast name to Stave and Stupid. This ain't got no sense.
No.
This ain't got no sense, bro.
No, but
I guarantee you have
okay.
1,000 subscribers tomorrow. Tomorrow.
But my question was like, how do you deal with that? Like in that sense, towards like you're dealing with this postpartum, and you're also dealing with the postpartum depression, as well as this kid that you feel like you don't want or don't care for, actually needs you to want them and care for them because they're going through.
They can't do anything for them.
Yeah, not only that, but like she said, she's having all these complications
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot.
as a child.
That was
Yeah.
a
So
lot.
it's like
Yeah.
it's a you kind of burning it. You know what I mean? Burning the candle from both ends. So how did you do that?
73 years old.
Burn your candle from both ends.
Definitely
Unstatus. You have definitely unstatus with that one. Let me drop some knowledge on it. You catching what I'm throwing?
I will say keep living.
Keep living.
With Kylie, I should have did better.
Okay.
I did open up about what I was experiencing, so that was my trying with her.
What do you mean by should have did better in the sense to?
With my son, I went to therapy. After I had my son, I went to
okay.
therapy. That's
Open
what I
up
should
to
have
who
did.
though? To
My
your
parent,
kid?
my
Okay.
parents, like the people
wish
that
you would've
should have
did it
known. The
sooner.
people that surrounded me, that supported me. I started off by letting them know why I am the way I am right now.
I got you.
So help hold me accountable as well,
Okay.
because I ain't got it.
Crying is like throwing up. If you cry, then I
Listen.
cry.
And then we got together.
So where's the tissue?
Yeah, I just want to let you know. It's like
Where's
throwing
the
up.
tissue?
I don't know. Here.
Please don't use that.
Listen.
I heard it right here. I was like, nigga, if you cry, I'm going to cry. It ain't even my kid, but I'm going to
Listen.
cry. It's like throwing
It
up.
really is a sensitive
No, I know
subject
it.
for
I
me,
know it.
but
I
I
know
am
it.
still open to talking about
That's
it.
why I
Like,
wanted to
I'm
make
not.
it. That's
yeah.
why I wanted to make it.
It's
light.
healing
both
in it.
I
There's
appreciate
it's
that.
definitely
For sure.
healing
I
in
know.
it.
But no, I should. That's what I mean by I should have did better. My son, literally same traumatic experience. Born 34 weeks, same as Kylie, but he was 3 pounds. Came out 3 pounds, came home 3 pounds. But the difference with him is that I was vegan. So I had changed a lot of things in my lifestyle around. So he only spent 9 days in the NICU. He came home 3 pounds. Came home 3 pounds. I call him my healer because I was sick before I got pregnant with him, taking 10 pills a day. So with him, it was so much more. Like on top of the trauma, because I was sick, I was taking 10 pills a day. And I'm dealing with it. I'm having the same traumatic experience, same 34 weeks, same
Which is
premature.
another wound open.
I mean,
Like,
another wound, emergency C-section.
Yeah. It's
I
like
literally
deja
almost lost
vu
my
in a
life with my
sense.
son.
It's like deja vu.
I had emergency C-section with Kylie, but his was way worse because my heart rate was dropping.
Jesus.
And his heart rate was dropping.
They say that giving birth is the closest
Well,
thing.
Man,
let's
very
first
scary.
give. I mean, I hate to
Very
sound
scary.
churchy, but you lucky to be here.
I'm very-
I praise
listen,
God that you
I'm
made it through
literally
that.
one of his
Life.
favorites.
Let me talk to the dummies real quick. If you don't believe in God,
I mean, I'm just saying though, because literally,
Okay.
like she's a
What
miracle.
more do you
That's
need?
a miracle.
What more do you
Like,
want
no,
from
seriously,
him?
those are
A
miracles.
walking miracle.
There
Every day
is
is
so
what they
many
call me.
women that die on the table.
Yeah.
I saw I work in the
Pushing
hospital.
and
Put
all
no
of it.
matter whether it's a
After pushing.
yeah. That's why when they say, "Well, did you give birth naturally?" If the child came from my womb,
It don't
it's
matter.
natural.
Natural.
you know, and I never had to go through all
plastic container.
right. You know, all my 3 children were vaginal births, but no matter how your baby got here, if
Baby
it
in.
came out of your womb, it's natural,
Let me
and that
talk
is
to the daysayers. You know who you are. Daysayers, not naysayers. Daysayers.
Daysayers.
Look, nigga, if you ain't gave no birth naturally, like either way, yeah, you ain't know. You just who you are, nigga.
right because it's
You are who you was.
it's
who
the
you
most
were.
selfless.
Still
act.
are.
Yeah, you still that. You still living in it. Yeah, that's what my daysayers. That's what-
It's the most selfless thing that you can honestly ever experience.
So step into the you had mentioned that quote me if I'm wrong, but you had mentioned that postpartum isn't after you have the kid.
Right.
So what is that? Is that a
You can go through depression while pregnant.
Pregnancy, or it all deals with pregnancy though, right?
Correct.
All right. So what is
The emotions? Yeah, I
the
definitely
mental aspect.
Yeah, the mental aspect of it. When I was pregnant with Nyheshia, which is my 6-year-old, I dealt with
So to whoever it may concern.
In the middle.
With her.
I'm joking, but it's definitely serious.
Oh,
and
no,
I
for
appreciate
sure.
y'all.
I was hospitalized a lot of the pregnancy because of the blood clot on my lungs. Well, the presumed blood clot on my lungs, and was on blood thinners, which means I had to shoot myself in the stomach with blood thinners twice a day for the duration of my pregnancy until I had her.
Which can be depressing.
That's depressing to the point where, and then I hate poking myself, so I would have to have my husband to poke me, and just going.
That's
Going.
the problem.
that's
I forgot y'all That's the problem.
Oh,
Can't get it in, man. Can you
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said with the needle.
My bad.
I know it was that time. I thought it was the other time. All you said was maybe it's time. You didn't, specify.
But yeah, so that dealing with that and just going through that mentally and like, okay, we having this baby. This is his first baby.
Okay.
And so he doesn't really know what's going on. I think I was telling you all the story. Basically, I went to the hospital due to a headache, and they came and they sat on the side of my bed, African American doctor. She sat on my bed. She rubbed my thigh. I was gonna rub your thigh, but I didn't want to be gay.
My boy be watching.
But look, she rubbed my leg and she said, "You have a high D dimer." Had no clue what that meant. Me and my husband looked at each other and said, "What's a D?
What's
that
What's a
mean?"
D dimer?
The D has been laid, Doc.
Explain.
That's why we here, Doc. That's
What does that?
Layman's term.
Yeah, and we like, what does that mean? And they say you have a pulmonary embolism. What that mean?
Yeah.
What is that? You have a blood clot on your lungs.
You just ain't say that when you walked in the door.
Right.
You got me crying.
Well, what does that mean? You can't leave here or you can die.
Wow.
And so I was immediately hospitalized. Blood thinners and ultrasounds throughout my body to make sure that they weren't in my legs and stuff too, and traveling, all that stuff. And so that went on for the duration of the pregnancy until I gave birth. When I gave birth, my doctor came to me and said, "You don't need to risk your life getting pregnant ever again. I advise that you and your husband discuss cutting off your reproductive system."
Cool man.
And they said, I suggest that you and your husband consider, stopping your reproductive system.
Oh, wow, that's tough.
So I had my daughter. Me and him had this discussion. He like, shoot, we got a boy and a girl, because to him, my son is just as much as his son as it is mine.
No doubt.
And so we were like, okay.
Respect.
Yeah, we were like, okay. And
men do
3
real
months
things.
later, I went and I had tubal ligation, which is where they go in and they remove your tubes. And like they take them out.
No, I'm
And so I dealt with that depression silently too, because a part of my mind is saying I'm not even 30, and I literally just cut off my reproductive system.
So hear me in when I say this, right? Because it can seem like a messy question, and I don't want that, right? What is it about? I think marriage is the dopest thing, right? Why? What is it about postpartum depression that the husband can't even be put in on it though? I think a lot of women struggle with just kicking it with their husband. Like they like, this is, you know what I'm saying, it's killing me. And I understand the pride of a woman, right? I respect it at least.
Yeah.
If I don't understand it.
Because I dealt with that not even 2 months after my daughter is born. So.
It's kind of like a shameful thing. Like
100%.
I'm a mother. Like this is.
I'm supposed to have this under control.
This is
that
grand.
what that is?
And
Yeah.
for me to feel this way towards this child, are you going to look at me differently?
Yeah.
And I say that
As with any depression.
Yeah, and I say that to answer just like as a man, whereas like if I feel like I don't have it in the realm of manhood,
You be the last person I tell.
my wife ain't gonna be the first person I talk to.
Is that the same?
And
with
another
that?
thing too, we know as women that y'all's DNA is to try to fix it.
For sure.
And so the reality is this thing is so it's intense.
Like put the fixer flat down.
Was that the same for you though? Like I can't talk.
What
about
can
this.
I can't tell.
What can it do? Or was it just not even a thought? Was it just like, nigga, I need my people that I know I need?
I talked to my husband about it, not right away, but I definitely talked to him about it because I had to tell him, like, you know what's with Kylie, you know what's going on. Like, it ain't even. It's me, it's not you. That's one of those things. Because I had to be like, what is wrong with you?
Which is why I opened up and said I don't want to seem messy because it can seem like I'm saying why he didn't help and why
because he definitely
because he's emotionally available for you. It's just, but you don't really know how to articulate what you're really going through.
Not even just that, you can't help me.
Yeah,
and I say that in the most respectful way. Like that is my husband. He want to try to fix it. He want to do this. Like you can bring me flowers. You can encourage me. All those things are needed. But for me and what my depression was about, you can't help me. I have to do this hard work on my own.
There you go.
Because it's my own trauma. It's not yours. Do you experience it with me because of the symptoms and the things that I experience? Yes, you do. But in order for me to heal and be what I need to be, I have to do the work. And that's the conversation that we had to have.
What does that look like, though? What does the healing
therapy?
What does that look like?
Therapy. I'm gonna keep saying
that's dope.
Okay. So let me get to the foundation prayer. Okay. At least that's what helped me. Yeah. And I can't be anything but a praying woman. Yeah, that's dope. That right there is the foundation of my life. But also we are human as well. So let's keep it 100. Yeah. Right. When I'm done praying and God check me and He tell me what I need to do, boom, let's go and handle this human aspect of our lives as well. Let's seek some therapy. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not looking for the answer because I can get the answers from God. But I'm just telling you, like yes, we gonna pray about it, but also it's other work that has to be done as well in your prayer life as well.
So y'all hear that, saints?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to serve and go to therapy.
I have a sweater that I wear often, and you'll see it says Jesus, coffee, and therapy.
Yeah, like
because it's the
I go every Tuesday,
and that's
not
for everything.
On y'all level, but just to the point of nigga, I'm saved. I know Jesus, but Dave be helping the nigga out too. my man, cool. You know
because sometimes an outsource can do more for you when because also you feel like just with depression, period. It's just like you feel like those closest to you. If I'm like, I can't be this vulnerable with you. No. Like, I love you so much, but I can't tell you this part. Yeah. I'm going to tell somebody because after this is over, I'll never see them again. So, however they feel about me.
And I have trust issues even with therapists. With therapists.
I'm being real because that is me for sure because I am the strong person. In my friend group, in my family group, that is me. So, everybody comes to me. Mm-hmm. I am that because I'm going to pray. I'm going to kick it to you real. Mm-hmm. I'm not about to sugarcoat it. Like, I'm going to go to war. We're going to get to it. And I also listen to the Holy Spirit. So I am that person. So when it comes to it's just like, how I'm gonna come. I'm not coming.
They
to
coming to me for this.
That don't mean they couldn't help me. That's just that's a me thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like something I have to deal with.
You know, a lot of us deal with pride too. Because that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing that I am very aware of. I deal with pride issues. I'm very transparent about it because I realize that that's a demon too.
Yes, it is.
Pride is a demon too, and it can block. It can definitely close doors, block blessings, and everything else because you're shutting out people who God sent to help you. Yes. Yeah. And so, in the Black community, we deal with that heavily. Yes. Not wanting to. We next to each other, and I'm like, I know she got what I need, but I don't want her to see. I ain't about to say a word. I ain't asking. I know she got what I need, and I'm scared to ask her. And
I learned that the hard way for sure. I know now to ask for help. I don't care what. I have learned that all levels are. Yes, you do. You better get on it. All levels of life, all areas of life needs a village. Yeah. Not just childbirth. Yes. Like you need your village. That's what I had to learn. I can't be a parent. I can't be just a mama. Yep. She need a daddy. She need the grandma. She need the lessons from her. She need my best friend. She need her godmother. She need all the lessons. I have to be open to give her.
She need the neighbor down the street.
Man, like she need those lessons. But Lord help me open her past this trauma. Like let me help me to heal. You know what I'm saying? So all areas need villages. Marriages need villages, like all of it.
Does the postpartum depression have like a side after effect? Where you like, hey
Say it
man,
again?
like a side after effect. I'm making up words in the sense of
You
just
are
saying
always.
like,
It's okay.
What I'm saying is it's
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he's saying.
You speak his language.
Okay, so help him explain.
But what I'm saying is the side effect is like I'm over this, I'm good, but the after effect of that is like it's been this amount of years that whatever. Damn.
Side after effect. A side after effect.
Side after effect. I'm making up shit, right? But what I basically said is just
You
like,
heard it first. On our opinion.
Yes,
yeah,
You start
is there
hearing people say a
here it
side
is.
after effect.
I'll bring it home for you. Is there ever a remnant of the feeling that hits you down the road? Like
100%.
I'm over this, I'm good, nigga. It's been X, Y years. Where did this come from?
Yeah.
Little thing trigger. This called triggers.
Yeah.
Triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very much so.
And I'm more so asking from an aspect of appreciation.
Yeah.
Had I known these things, kind of even when my ex-wife when we went through it, and I feel as if though like nigga I conquered that, I did that. Knowing more would have been, I would have done more.
Yeah.
Even if it's just being present or not being present. Hey, I got the baby.
I'm out.
Yes.
We out.
Nigga, we on y'all. We holler at you.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I'm asking those questions in that kind of like a fan of it. Like, damn, this is like super dope.
And also for the listener as well that niggas having babies.
Yeah.
So your old lady might go through this, and you know what I mean. If you're
And
listening
he
to
doesn't
this
know
and
what it
And
looks
he-
like.
yeah, like this. It's not like a just like in life, it's not like a thing that you conquer.
Yeah.
Right? Because even looking at the Bible, to where it's like you have fruit of the spirit. It's not like something that, oh, I got peace, and you wear it as a badge. It's like you have to continue to seek out.
Yes.
It's
That's
like
good.
recovery.
Yeah.
Even when you can see somebody who's been an addict of some sort, and we look at addiction as disease, right?
You just ain't got no teeth.
Facts.
Start from
But
the side.
what
and
it
work
is
your way up.
even if a person has been clean 30 years, we still call them recovering.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
At
Because
any moment
every
they can
day
fall.
Yeah,
is a
any moment they
process,
can-
and
yeah.
every day.
Milwaukee's best.
Get a whiff of it and
Yeah,
they gone.
and so depression is the
Nah,
same
that's dope.
way.
No, that's dope.
Mental
Yeah.
health is the same way. It is
Real
an
talk.
everyday work.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
It's
is.
an everyday
Yeah.
work to put in the work to keep your mind together.
Yeah.
It's an everyday work, and it can be the littlest things. It can be the grief of somebody else triggering your grief. It can be the depression of somebody else triggering your depression.
You know
know
how
what
they feel because
Yes.
you've been there.
And so you, I think even, I don't know what you called it before, Dennis, but you even said like subconsciously taking on the emotions or feelings of or problems of someone else.
Yeah.
You know,
It's called secondary trauma.
yeah, you know, and so even with postpartum depression, with depression, with anything mental health, because mental health doesn't mean mental illness. That's another misconception.
I swear to God, bro. Like people think that.
There's this thing like if I
That's
if I
because
say
the
mental,
the connection is really close. That's why.
yeah,
The connection is really close, and a lot of the symptoms and effects are they merge sometimes.
Yeah.
And so again, that goes back to that lack of
that
understanding,
doctor
that lack of
talking.
knowledge,
That's that doctor
where it's
really
like, oh,
talking.
you got a mental illness because you're dealing with mental health. No, I'm just dealing with this, bro. I'm not psychotic, or I'm not like
Trying
you
not
know,
to
it's
choke
that,
you,
that
nigga,
lack
'cause
of
life
understanding.
is- nigga.
Yeah,
life be
they
life
merge.
for
Life,
real.
they
merge.
Yeah. And mental health is literally it's no different to me as if I go to the doctor for a physical yearly. If I, as a woman, if you go to your doctor physically to get your woman checkup every year physically to make sure that you're intact, I look at my mind the same way.
Yeah.
I look at making sure that mentally I'm together, because all it takes is a moment for me to go, and I'm south. I'm going all the way left. You know, and so you're just mental health is simply doing the work to constantly stay above water, because all it takes is for the smallest triggers to bring you back down, and that can happen with, like I said, postpartum depression or just depression.
Yeah.
And if you already have dealt with depression, you are more likely to deal with postpartum depression. So I think that's a misconception too. And sometimes, just to give you some confirmation, it's not even anything you dropped the ball on or anything like that.
No,
I keep
totally
hearing you
dropped the ball.
You didn't drop the ball because you didn't know you had it.
You can't
to drop the ball is to say that I knew I had it in my possession.
You
see what I'm saying?
But I felt like shit afterward. I was like, wow.
You can't
trust
for something you don't know.
You don't know. You know, when you know better, you do better, and you did better.
And you did better for what situation you had because they're different.
Yeah.
So what you saw, and it's like, if you didn't see that, you aren't gonna associate
but when you saw it,
depression. But when you did,
when you saw it, you was like, "Oh, got it.
This is her. This is how hers is going."
So I even double back, and I think this is okay. But if it's not, I'm sorry, but I think this is okay. She ended up having another kid, and I know she tired of my son when she hit me up and be like, "Come get your kid." I know she tired.
When it's your kid.
Yeah. So she was like, come get your son. He's doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm going through this postpartum depression. I'm on my way. Mm-hmm. I'm already like that, but it was like extra. I'm on my way.
Yeah,
it was kind of like I feel like I know where I dropped the ball, but I dropped the ball in the beginning, so I'm on my way, bro.
It's like that grandparent syndrome.
I ain't get it right here.
I messed up on the first
right here.
So let me do my grandkids
Yeah,
like I should have did my kids.
And then they just have no boundaries with the
turn
grandkids.
around.
Now wait a minute, Mama. Like, you were supposed to beat his behind after that one. Like,
my mama got it. She got a TV. My mama got a TV in the living room now. Ain't nothing on.
You can
spill
sit
something
on the
you can
couch.
sit
Ain't no plastic down.
To the point she said when they hear I'm the parent, I said, ain't this a blip?
Okay.
What?
Well, I'm out.
That's crazy.
You keep your kids. I'll be back.
No, but my message to the fellas though, as I'm learning, would be ask questions, be inquisitive.
Yes,
please.
Because I don't know. I don't think it looks like something, but I think it looks like something. Mm-hmm. And to the point where with my son's mother, I didn't know. But with my daughter's mother, to me it looked like something. Are you good? Mm-hmm. And we already know that women, silence can mean nothing.
Man.
Or it can mean everything.
Man.
Mm-hmm. So for me, even now, I think it's like a trauma now. Silence drives me insane. I'm all day, every day, all day.
I think with women, silence never means nothing.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Silence always means.
It always. Yeah. So, but I'm saying that to say though, like even, especially after having a kid, bro, fellas, like don't beat her up about it. Like badger her in words, not beat her up. Yes, weak ass niggas. But ask questions, man. Direct questions. Hey, babe, are you? This is just my opinion based off what I'm hearing. You struggling with postpartum depression? Like you?
So
what's up?
How would y'all?
Or is that aggressive? That's what I was going to ask.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's the right question.
I don't know if that's the right question.
Because I don't even know if there is there a right question.
Exactly.
I don't think it is. I think it's one of those things where a man has to know their woman.
That's when you got to have discernment.
You're not with them, but a man needs to know their woman. And when you know them, like you said, you can notice a change in behavior. I can be silent, but actions always speak louder than words. Yeah. Always. So if you know me,
hard
no,
today.
for real. If your energy different all the time, I mean, it's, after a baby, your energy could be different. But if it's different all the time, if you snappy or you moody, you this, like it's just something that you have to you have to know your woman. But honestly, open-ended questions, because asking right off, oh, are you dealing with depression?
That's
like some men don't even understand depression. Like postpartum depression, they may understand, because some men don't understand it. So you can't ask about something.
Why you acting
like
that?
That's not
like, boy, I'm
but like to your point, but to your point, that some men who have their first kid don't even know that that's a possibility for you to experience that.
I did not understand.
Or they feel like it's so far. You ain't going through nothing for real. I have heard some of them, it ain't that bad. I mean, you a mother, and and it's like, fool.
Okay.
Do you realize?
I said for you, nigga.
What? I think I shared this with you. And then not only that, I think too, the misconception is that it's instant.
Yes.
Postpartum depression can come on you a year after you had that baby.
So that was gonna be my next question. Is it a way? Are there like ways where it's like you can literally? I know these are retarded questions, but
no,
you can feel it like
no question.
Did you say waves?
Yeah, like
waves?
like there are waves.
Okay.
Oh yeah, not yeah. No, that's a redundant question.
Yeah, there you go.
The other hard one.
I think it depends. I think it depends on the person for real. Because for me, now I can feel it. With Kylie, my first daughter, I couldn't. I mean, it just hit me like a ton of bricks.
So what's the prep like when it's like I need to pull
now
over.
now it's like okay,
you know the signs a little
like
bit
right now
better.
I had to go back into therapy. My son 3. So when you ask that question, yes, because like he said, healing is everyday work.
Yes.
It's not something that just, oh yeah, I'm done right now. Because what happens like right now when things start to creep back up, it's a continuous work every day, every month. It's something different. It's something new. So it's like, boom, what do you do? Okay, boom, I know that I have my prayer life. I know I journal. I know I meditate. I know I go to church. Boom, okay, now it's time to throw therapy back in that thing. Let's see if this going, you know what I mean?
Something
like,
is still off.
Physically
You know,
talk to somebody.
It makes me have a so when I actually watch like one of my kids be born, I had a newfound respect for women.
Yeah.
This is one of those
That's
things.
what most men say.
This is like I cried. Nigga. I'm like, nigga. But this is one of those things where it's like, y'all kind of dope.
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate that.
it.
We appreciate that.
So I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do, because I got a question next.
I prepared myself for my son being born.
Which
my
one?
First son.
How did you do that?
I watched a whole lot of. My thing. I'm not gonna be the nigga that
watching
cried,
TLC.
and I'm not gonna be the nigga that passed out.
So my first,
I'm gonna be
I
the nigga.
passed out.
my first
Jada was
vaginal,
born.
my first vaginal birth was my daughter.
Not you,
I did. I passed out. Yeah.
You passed out?
Not you. You needed
When
a
my
bed
godson
next
was
to.
born, his first son.
You needed a bed
I was
next
in
to
there
that.
talking about holding the leg. I was supposed to be holding one of the legs. Like, look here.
Okay.
I go to the bathroom. I passed out in the bathroom. The
No, I got
doctors
it.
leave her and come check on me. Listen, we cracked up about this all the
you
time.
selfish?
Like, oh my
you
God.
You went from being prepared to
Listen, yeah.
straight useless.
Trying to
steal
take
the show.
This ain't about you right now.
That is
I
crazy.
forgot about that. Oh,
Listen. Okay.
no, that's really crazy.
Man.
I wanted to say
okay.
something to the saints, to the super saved saints that don't believe in therapy. You know, the same way how y'all like to pray against cancer and pray against these things. You didn't find out you had cancer until you went to the doctor. So the same way goes for therapy, right?
Paint
you have
the picture,
to find out
Paint the picture, Doc.
exactly and be very specific. And what am I praying against? You won't know that if you just don't go.
Yeah.
So you have to go. And I'm not saying you're going to go and accept, just like you don't accept cancer. Walk with me.
Stay with me, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
stay with me.
right.
Stay
I
with
got
me.
a point here.
Stay with me. I'm
You're
going
gonna
somewhere,
go.
Doc.
I'm building a house.
We set the foundation.
So you are
Take
going,
it to the text, Doc.
right? In my clothes. You're going to find out what exactly are you dealing with. What is the thing?
Hey, what you shout in? C sharp or?
I'm
I shout in C
Get
sharp.
you
Where
started.
you want to be,
Let's
Doc?
play a little worship music.
I got you.
Just give him some keys. That's all. Give him some keys.
No, that's good though. That's real. That's good
But
though.
you're going to go to find out what is this thing that I'm actually battling with. So now I have something to pray against.
Now that's dope.
Right?
And Shaquetta's voice 4.
Nigga, pass it off. I'm gonna leave it something.
I'm gonna leave you
I'm gonna leave something.
Made a little watch.
No, that's good.
No, that's good though.
Come
That's
on,
good,
musicians,
though.
I'm ready to go.
I think that
Come on, let's ride.
I go every Tuesday, right? Again, I'm not comparing to what you guys go through and been through, right? I go every Tuesday. It's one of the
To therapy.
yes.
Okay.
To the point
Awesome.
where the therapy itself is us not talking about nothing.
Yeah.
It's just kicking it with dog, and he's just like, all right, after all of that, How your mental? How you really? How you really?
So remember a couple episodes ago when I said that safe space?
Yep.
Yeah, those are one. That's one.
No, real talk. That word is a trigger for me. I hate that word.
Safe space.
He just said.
Oh, because I specialize in safe spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very
off
important.
I'll tell you off the record.
Absolutely.
Why
okay.
But yes.
Because I have to explore what's happening. Okay. Because safe spaces,
No, but
they work.
I'm just speaking to the aspect of therapy that it's super dope, man. To the point now where I ask people just in every day, how your mental today, bro?
Same.
I know the angles. Is the angles right?
Yeah.
He like, yeah, y'all got
Talking about he can't multitask.
I know that's right,
my boy
babe.
said she ain't depressed tonight. I'm go ahead and set the chair. I was really trying to hold. You good? Okay.
I was trying to hold it in.
Oh boy, nice.
Hey man, I know y'all wondering like what they laughing at. This is why you need to go to YouTube, subscribe to watching us, man, not just listening. We appreciate you listening. You need to watch us, man.
Well, like as you said, too.
Who may concern? No, but just
be a little slippery.
Therapy is just super dope, man. To the point, like I said, every day. I mean, not every day, but I'm asking friends and people I talk to, man, how your mental today? She gonna be gone for 20 minutes laughing. Don't mind her.
Oh yeah, she gone.
She gone.
She'll be back later.
See how I kept going? Been here before.
She'll be back.
You got
She'll be back.
Intermission.
She'll be back. Yeah, she'll be back. But I'm asking people like, how your mental today, bro? Like I'm concerned
And she knows
about.
it's contagious. She know it's contagious. I'm sitting with her today.
I'm more concerned about the person, right? So I guess my question to you ladies would be kind of twofold. Are you able to identify? I know that's kind of yes and no. Identify when a woman is kind of going through postpartum depression, and do you guys kind of like give back an aspect of, hey, sweetie, let me holler at you real quick.
Yes.
As a mom now, yes. When my friends are
So which part, the give back part or the identify
both.
part? Okay.
I can do. I think if I want to make sure I'm understanding the question, can I identify when another woman is going through it 100% now?
Yeah. Okay.
And because it's nothing that they're doing obvious. I'm just seeing subtle conversations. You know, when the little task is overwhelming, I gotta cook today, and you know that's their norm.
Yeah.
That's when you know
Something
it's
is
pulling
going
from
on.
something else is pulling from that space.
Okay.
And it's they're overstimulated very quickly. They're just not themselves. They're a little bit dry. First time moms especially.
Yes.
First time moms especially.
Even fifth timers.
Yeah. And that's the thing. it does vary.
Yeah.
Some women, they be good in first three. That fourth one, take them out. You know, and so, yeah, I definitely think that I can identify it more. Not saying that I can identify it all the time, but I do think I can identify it more now when seeing a friend go through it.
Okay.
I never asked, do you feel like you're dealing with postpartum? What I do ask, and I ask this question even with friends, what do you need from me in this time? Like, what can I be for you today?
Okay.
You know, when's the last time somebody came wash your dishes? And it can be something as simple as that. Like, have you scrubbed your toilet lately?
I seen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it could be the little task that they,
Yeah,
you
it
know.
may be
So
I've watched that be
overwhelmed
done
and
though,
bust
right?
out
Yeah.
crying,
And
like,
I'll let you answer. I've watched
Yeah.
that be done. I'll give credit to my ex-wife, right? I watched her say, "Hey, let me come
Yeah.
lift a burden for the
let me
day.
come wash the
Let me-
dishes,
let
wipe
me
the
run
counter.
you
Yeah.
a bath.
Yeah.
Let me put the baby to sleep. I got you." And I thought it was like super dope because I watched it be done to her.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I think that's super.
Can I also add to this too that I think is a misconception? Not all breaks mean a break from the baby either, because I've seen people deal with postpartum depression, and people think I need a break from my child. Not everybody's response to the baby is the same.
Yeah.
Some people response to the baby is, I don't take the baby away from me.
Yeah.
Some is, I just don't know what I'm doing with them, but that don't mean don't come take them though.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I'm doing. Just help me. Just, can you wash the dishes? You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling balancing.
That's a great point.
You know, and so not every woman is viewing motherhood as the worst thing in the world. It's just trying to incorporate this new way of living and having some. I have a 14-month-old that I still breastfeed, that has never had another type of milk.
Yeah.
And so when I leave here, my immediate thing is to go back and nurture. I don't, you know, and so sometimes it's nothing you can do for her. You know, you can't take her from me, but if you could, my husband is real good. I ain't never got to worry about the kitchen being a mess if I haven't been able to get to it, or he not gonna cook a lick, but he definitely gonna go. He definitely going to grab some pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to take the task that's making me feel like because there's some parts of postpartum depression that just makes you feel inadequate. Yes. Like, why can't why am I not managing everything? This is what women's supposed to do. You know, I'm supposed to be able to cook, clean, take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? But that's not always the answer. Is necessarily removing the child. It's creating a space for her to be able to nurture that child with no other expectations.
That's dope. I appreciate that too, because that's super. And I say it's super dope because I've seen and witnessed some of those things that actually work and help. So that's super dope, and I think informative to women that's going through it. And I have some first time moms with my kids, like, and it's like I respect first time moms. First of all, fellas, do what she say. Just if she want to go to the doctor, nigga, 1,000 times, go. It's she has no idea what she doing.
Yeah, there's no gauge.
Yeah, it's like, nigga, and
Especially
the last thing
first time.
she need, and I'm only talking to the fellas because I'm a man, and nigga, go, bro.
Tighten up.
Like, if whatever she wants to do in the sense of first time, do it, because I think it lifts a burden of, I don't want to have to worry about this nigga in you. Why you questioning me about why I'm taking a baby who coughing back to back to the doctor? I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to hear the doctor say, "Oh no, that's just you had the fan on to whatever."
Yeah.
So super dope. I appreciate that. But what about you though?
I'm not gonna be the dead horse. She literally said all the great
you.
things, but yes, I can definitely tell. I'm very observant, and I have really good discernment. So I just can pick it up, especially because I've experienced it. Even though I know it looks different for everybody, because I am a mental health professional. Like I can just pick up on energy, and I can just always tell. So I'm just always ready.
Okay.
To give back was your question.
Yeah.
But everything else she said was literally spot on. I'm not even going to repeat the same thing. Like, it was
you.
awesome.
I have two more questions.
I had a question for Quetta though, if that's okay.
Yeah.
With your experiences with both of your children, do you have a space for women who have given birth to premature babies? Is that a space that you're open to other women to navigate that space?
Yeah, like, do I have it of my own right now?
Like, do you offer your wisdom
to
people,
absolutely.
or
teenage moms to moms who are dealing with it right now? Like, yes, that's
but especially like that.
Yeah,
though,
that's literally a
think,
safe space for me as well, just to be able to share the experience, because even though I've walked over, I'm still walking through it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds confusing, but like literally, like, because I've got over the hump of the postpartum.
That was the after side after effect.
I've gotten over the hump where that
Y'all
the
ain't
society.
Y'all relate.
Hey, here's why I love this nigga though. The nigga rolled with me until he couldn't. He said,
No, he said, I know what you mean.
I knew he was saying, but I knew the more he talked, everybody was like, oh, okay. Hey, yeah.
Because so many women think that because your situation happened to you twice, and some women go through that doubt. Well, is something wrong with me?
Yes.
You know, did I do something wrong? Could I have, know, that doubt in their mind? And so I think that God graced you to be able to get through those 2 seasons of having those children prematurely, and them still being thriving babies for you to be able to offer wisdom to other women, because I know women who is like, what did I do wrong? It's like, you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. No, I think that's important too, though. I do think that women have a sense of, this is totally me just being observant as a man, right? Have that sense of pride of just like, not even pride, just the respect of like, why can't I get it right? What's going on? It's like, no, baby, you doing it. You know, niggas, we be like, you doing everything right. Like, what's a woman just want to feel like a woman, like a man want to feel like a man. Like, nigga, I want to cut the grass. Why Ed cut the grass? You was at work, nigga. I'm off Saturday. Like, you gotta wait till Saturday. Like, it's just that thing of just that thing. So I respect it. I do have 2 more questions, but they're more on the fun side to close out. So if y'all got something, if not, I'll shoot there.
No. My question is for after, anyways.
So one, I want to just say, what's your message to the first time mom, to the 5th time mom?
He said, what do you have to say?
That sound like massage, but he said, what's your message?
Yeah,
I don't know how you said it.
I knew what you were saying.
I said, what's your message?
What's crazy is I never know how bad it is till I watch it and I'll be like, that was kind of bad. Who is this
Looking
nigga?
at himself like, what did he say?
Who is this nigga?
Translator, please.
Like on rush hour. Translate.
Okay.
What do you have to
Do
say?
you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yeah.
No.
What do you have to say to the first time mom, the 5th time mom, the current mom who's going through, and thanks for the separation of knowledge, says postpartum depression. Currently, what's your message? What's your advice?
Well, my message is going to be the same for everybody, no matter what level of motherhood they may be in. Self-care. I always say, this is a message to myself that I say to myself all the time. Self-love is the best love next to God's love, right? It's levels to it. Because if you know how God loves you, you need to learn how to love yourself, then everybody else can love you, right? Yeah. But it's that a lot of people don't love themselves, though. Yeah. A lot of people don't take care of themselves, especially mothers, because we put everybody else's problems or needs in front of our own. But it's really important as a mother, no matter what level you are in, to make sure you have a high level of self-care. And that looks different for everybody. You do what you love, do what brings you happiness, what brings you joy, what brings you peace. And then whatever that list is, every month, every week, whatever you need to do, you need to be picking something off that list to do things that brings you to a safe space, sorry.
No pun intended.
That nigga is that's your wife best friend.
That's why I said Shaquetta voice for.
Whatever brings you to that place of feeling peace, ain't nothing like it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
And my last thing is gonna be to pray.
Yep.
Everybody prayer ain't the same. How it sound ain't the same. You got to be able to keep it real with God. And that's your own individual talk, your own regular voice. Nobody, you ain't got to, you can get there if you want to, but starting off, if you don't know how, you just
Spirit of the living God.
Hey, so let me help. I want you to go. So here's why I really appreciate that, right? I respect that and I appreciate that. But I want to say this too, though. Real talk, man. I got it. I have to say it. Prayer starts off as, it's literally a conversation you have with God.
That's it.
Your relationship with God is going to change how you talk to him.
Yes.
Just
and
talk,
how much you talk to him.
Just talk to the man. I don't care if you literally say, man, God, nigga, this shit is hard. Talk, brother.
Don't call him nigga.
Talk. But listen,
put a little respect on it, but
listen. Here's why I say that, though.
I'm going to say
Seriously.
Wait a minute.
Listen, hear me out.
Wait a minute.
Hear me out. All jokes aside.
Listen.
All jokes aside.
Listen.
Seriously. Here's why I say that, though, bro.
Y'all don't listen to that.
Listen, here's why I say that, though. Seriously.
Bust head wide open.
Seriously, here's why I say that, though. I know for sure that there's a brother who feels as if though he has to approach God in a certain manner.
The preachers and all of that.
So, and that may be his approach. He feel like God ain't here. No, brother. Talk again.
From your heart.
The consistency
talk
of your
God
talking in the
same
relationship.
way you talk to your PO.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I just actually said it so it sounds weird.
You can be respectful, but yet still be yourself.
Put some reverence to it. Absolutely.
I mean, because after all, the Lord did create you. So
but I said that to say though.
He gonna correct you too.
I know for sure there's
created
somebody.
Me, but I don't talk to my mama crazy.
Yeah. But I just wanted to piggyback, and I think that's important. But I always want to bring clarity to the listener and the follower, because I know some cats that really be thinking they got to go like, Father, no, bro. That's
Spirit
dead,
of the living God.
That's dead.
Fall fresh on me, right?
You know what not to say though? Yeah. Please don't start your prayer with
Go ahead.
Daddy. Don't say daddy.
I knew it.
Feel me.
I will
That's good.
For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, that means you need to go watch last week's episode.
And you'll get caught up.
So what is your message?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to piggyback. I like to always bring it to the.
I'm gonna speak to the women who don't have the support because I'm married now. My last 2 children I was able to have under the covenants of marriage, and both of
pastor's wife.
Okay.
and Shaquetta the same.
Yes.
But
She got a man, y'all. She got a man.
She got a boo thing. She got all of that.
But I do know that statistically, the amount of women who deal with postpartum are usually the single women. Yeah. The woman who wasn't expecting to get pregnant, the teenage mother, the mother who, this was a one-night stand. And I actually had a friend to...
Threesome babies.
Damn.
Was not expecting that one. But they count. Them babies count, okay?
It's one of y'all.
Them babies count.
Maybe it's both of y'all babies.
If he come, who gonna step up?
It's both of y'all babies.
You know, but to the mother
What's
who
your
is
baby
dealing...
name? Our opinion.
But to the mother who is who has given birth to a child and you like, I wasn't expecting this. This Negro ain't around. He ain't helping. And you don't have the support system. I dealt with things with the support system.
Yeah.
Yes.
But some people don't have it. And to that person, I think that's when you really have to tap into, Lord, you didn't give me this baby by mistake. Mm-hmm. I need the grace and the wisdom on how to navigate it. Yeah. Because especially being a young mom, there is just things you don't know. There's wisdom and you don't always have the support. And a lot of young women, when they have a child, they're looking for, where is he at?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what my mother told me, and this is not to be harsh. She actually said it today. She said, one thing she has always told me is mama's baby, daddy's maybe. And the reason she said that is because a lot of people say that as a DNA standpoint. It's not always that. It's, that's your baby. That Negro may be around. He may not.
You gonna always, yeah.
He may be a good father. He may not. He maybe step up. Maybe not. But at the end of the day, that is your child.
Yeah.
And so you gotta find some sort of strength to hold on to see how you can. You gotta find your love for motherhood.
Yeah.
Don't have a baby for a man. And so many people do. And then and that's when the man does not conform to what they want him to be for that child, that's when a lot of postpartum, that's when you see women putting, I don't know if y'all seen the story, lady, with the woman putting the babies in the oven. Did y'all see that?
Yes.
Okay. Cooked her babies alive. And I just don't want to neglect those kind of stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the best part, the glory in this situation is that we had an out. We have husbands. We have a support system in the midst of our postpartum situations. But there's some woman out there thinking that child is going to keep that man, thinking that it's going to make him a father when he ain't a father to his other kids.
Change the situation.
And change the situations. And those are the women who I am more afraid for.
I appreciate that and respect that.
Because those are the women who, when I say I'm afraid for them, is because the disappointment of what they expected that child to make that man is what makes them go. I've seen babies die. I've had to do obituaries for babies because of women who was expecting something from a man that they didn't get because they had that child. Yeah. So that's when you have to have a real conversation with yourself and say, am I having this baby for me? If you decide to do whatever, I'm not here to push anything. Yeah, but when you have that child, you have to look at that child and say, that child needs me whether or not that other person is around. Yeah. When you decide to have a child outside of wedlock. Because at the end of the day, you got to nurture that child.
Yeah.
And if you don't think you have the capacity to nurture that child, find some help. There are programs where in other facilities and assistance for the baby to be able to live a healthy life until you get your stuff together.
Yeah.
But don't put a child at risk because of your misplaced expectations of a man.
And I've worked in different positions in the hospital to where I've been hands-on with a little bit of all of that. It's okay to literally be like, hey, I ain't.
Bupa is
I'm not fit right now.
Yeah.
I want this baby.
Yeah, but right now,
I just don't want this baby right now.
capacity.
And then I've also seen like, hey, I don't want nothing to do with, because I just saying this ain't it. So I think that's I think you ladies are brave.
Absolutely.
I think you ladies I've gained respect just for the woman based off this. I appreciate y'all story, the transparency. I asked her where I was gonna go. I was gonna have fun because I didn't want to close off all. It's been a deep topic, but that's neither here or there. I think.
Can I give some hope to the listeners though?
Yeah, for sure.
So earlier in the episode, I told them that the doctors told me to get rid of my baby, but because of our opinion, I was able to get knocked up again.
You want to get some cash?
I'm just saying, God be working miracles too. You know, God be working miracles. So,
And I said earlier on the podcast, if you don't believe in God,
yeah. So, some hope to somebody who was like, dang, you know, I didn't want to leave it like, dang, they really made her get rid of her tubes. But God opened them back up, and we do have another baby. So
my boy got that Jesus juice.
hey, if he did it before he could do it again, was a real person.
My boy took that literally.
He said, "I said what? Put it on repeat. Say it again.
You listening?
Watch
You listening?
it.
and they're the pod parents.
Hey, I accept.
Now, my question is to Quetta, what is Girl Power?
Girl Power was a nonprofit that I created back in 2018. Okay. It's a mentoring program for girls ages 9 to 17. The GIRL is an acronym. It stands for Genuine, Inspiring, Responsible Leaders. And so that basically we try to instill characteristics that we feel are essential to them growing into being young women.
Phenomenal.
And so there's no topic off limits for us, and that's what our girls love most. And we talk about self-esteem to suicidal ideation. I mean, the list, trauma, sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. I mean, the list goes on. And that's basically what it is.
Do you guys have a social media page?
We do. You can follow us at Girl Power on Instagram and on Facebook. Right now, we're working on our Oasis Center.
Okay.
So I'm super excited about that. It's basically going to serve as a healing space.
You know, a safe
every time I'm about to
space.
say it, like I mean, no, but it's supposed to serve.
We don't want to trigger you.
A healing space for youth who are dealing with any type of traumatic experiences. And so we're excited about that, working on that. So if you want to donate, reach out to us. Reach out to us.
That's so dope.
You want to participate, you want to be a part of it. We're always looking for volunteers. So yeah, that's what Girl Power is.
That's what's up. And then y'all are working on a headquarters? Or home?
Yep, it's a home. It's an Oasis. It's called the Oasis Center, though.
Okay, sweet. That's what's up. Yeah, that's dope. That's really dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
Go ahead, B.
But it's good to see you, man. I think you make you meet dope people at work and in school in your life, right? So it's just good to see you, man.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you doing well and everything.
Thank you.
Same for you though.
Walk a miracle.
Work
Yeah.
or school.
Yeah.
And I think it we older now. We old, y'all.
Yeah, we old.
I've been
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
since
not
6th
claiming-
grade.
Yeah.
My child is in the 10th,
I'm
so
not
that says a
claiming-
lot.
I'm not claiming old.
But D shared
The oldest. I ain't
Wow. I'm not.
But D shared a picture
I
this
am.
morning of some people that we lost.
I'm older than everyone in this room.
Damn.
He sound like Kevin Hart.
But yet I look like I graduated.
Absolutely, you do. Yeah. Chill on my girl, for real. Chill on my girl. Chill on my girl. Chill on my girl.
Nah, but D shared a picture this morning of some people we lost in school.
Wow.
I just think it's dope and phenomenal, man. You meet some of the dopest people in school.
Yeah.
Work with, bro. So every time I get to see people I went to school with or collab with them, it's cause we had Mike on, we had Barden on, like people went to school with. Like,
it's the dopest thing in the world.
It's dope, bro.
It's the dopest thing in the world.
Super. I used to always wonder,
I can bring
my mama
somebody
and them
that I
know,
went to school
they should
with
know
on
their
there.
classmates' first and last name. Like, how do you remember? Because you meet some of the dopest people, man.
true.
So, ladies, friends, thank y'all, man.
Yes,
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for being open
Thank you
books
for
today.
saying yes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Sure, accept an invitation. Followers, subscribers, listeners, thank you. I'm voice 1.
Hey, you on voice 2.
And I'm voice 3.
I'm voice 4.
Easy.
So am I voice 5?
Yes. Hey, everybody come always follow. Hey,
Okay.
hey, easy. Y'all have a good week. Be